Hey guys, welcome to Slightly Filtered.
So on today's week's episode, we're going to be talking about a couple things in the industry that I feel like don't get talked about enough and aren't as open, and some people don't really like talking about it, but we love to talk, so we're here to talk to y'all. And let's just say I went and got coffee this morning. I went and got water, but y'all know I don't like coffee. But so whenever you work in a salon, or like, I'm sure I've never had an office job or like a regular job, so I don't really know. But I'm sure you buy people coffee sometimes, and I would rather get food than buy coffee, because every time I go to order coffee, it's never good. They ask me all the questions. Do you want it you want it iced, warm? Do you want this kind of sugar, this kind of milk? I don't know. And I'm literally sitting there, I'm like, just what sounds good? Like, I don't know. And so I get Sam's drink, and she's like, can you repeat that? And I'm like, what is it? Can I cookie crumble?
She's like, a butter cookies. I don't know.
Extra cookie crumble chunk thingies on top. And she's like, hold on a second. Goes and gets another guy. And he's like, can you repeat that again? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I repeat it. He's like, yeah, we don't have that. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. Let me call her. And so they're like, yeah, that's a seasonal. And I'm like, great. I get the drinks, right? Everything is fine. I have my drinks on my middle console, my water, 2 coffees. All of a sudden, one of the coffees goes front flipping over my middle console. The little box thingies go flying. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Coffee spills everywhere. And yeah, so now we only have 1 coffee.
So me and Brenna are sharing the coffee.
And there were supposed to be 3 boxes of food, and there was 2. And I told her, you're forgetting 1. And she said, no, I'm not. And I said, okay. And like, sometimes I just like feel bad telling people they're wrong, so I was just like, no, yeah, you're right. Like, it just drove off. So I was like, it's okay, I have my donuts, but
Goodbye.
It's
been a morning for Ashley.
It's been a morning. This is why I'm never up before 9 a.m.
You can blame me for that one, because I moved the time.
But, okay, so yeah. So anyways, our first topic is going to be about something we wish we knew before getting into this industry. So obviously me and Brenna do hair, Sam does nails, but we're still all in the beauty industry. So we can talk about something we wish we knew before getting into it. I wish there was a whole step and guideline of things that no one talks about, because I feel like a lot of it's sugar-coated, and a lot of it's like, oh, you just get to have fun and be pretty and do hair all day and be stupid.
No.
Absolutely
I feel like
not.
people really just think that like you do hair for fun. I don't think they understand it's a job, and that there's so much chemistry and things behind it to make it more than what it is, you know?
And I'm sure with nails too, it's like, I mean, I don't do nails, but
you do have to watch for like funguses and like,
yeah,
you can like diabetic stuff, like you can't.
I think diabetics is like my biggest worry anytime somebody sits in my chair. If I do an elderly person.
And you can't, like if you like nip them or like file them and they bleed, like isn't that like a really big
Yeah, I have to stop what I'm doing, get the first aid kit, have a whole system, disinfect everything, and basically start all over.
Yeah, so some of these will apply to like hairstylists, but it's kind of everybody in the industry, I think. But I feel like when you're in school, nobody talks about it because you're so focused on learning, but you're also focused on passing the state board.
Yeah.
That you're almost worried about like sanitation and
Cleanliness.
Yeah, that.
Cleanliness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna try
that.
It's too early for you.
I'm like,
like that you almost like you forget that there's clients outside.
yeah, like real human beings and not a mannequin.
So like you do work on people in the school, but I feel like it's also very monitored, so you don't get to see a whole lot of the stuff that goes on in like outside the salon, you know?
Yeah.
Or in the salon outside of school.
Yeah.
So our first one is that not everyone is going to like your work. Like,
and I think, yeah, obviously other like stylists aren't gonna like your work. Everyone has, because at the end of the day, it is our own creative spin on stuff.
Right.
It's not a set, it has to look like this. But I think it's sometimes we are our biggest critic. And that's something I learned. Like, I'm so hard on myself, and I'll be like, that is the ugliest thing I've ever actually seen in my life, and everyone's like, that's so good, and I'm like
I don't post pictures on social media sometimes because I don't like the way that the hair is curled, or the lighting isn't good. So I feel like when I look at other hairstylists, I'm like, dang, this is good, or like, oh, well, like the color's pretty, but I don't like the curl, and I don't want somebody to judge me like that.
Yeah.
Like, I would never tell them that because I know that the color is good, but like I would pick my own picture apart, so I'm not about to let others pick my picture.
You're like, I'm just gonna keep this for myself.
I'm like, oh, that's cute.
No, literally. I have so many pictures that I need to post, and I won't, because I'll find one little thing wrong with it, and most of the people won't even see it, but I'm like, I cannot look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like the lighting. Like if the light bulb is literally in the wrong spot, it looks like this part isn't what it is. But like when you see them leave, you're like, that is some good work. And then you look at the picture and you're like,
that happens with the nails. Like I did Ashton's nails, and in person they're cute. But
so
on my picture that I took, the way the lighting is, and I have this like glittery thing at the bottom, you can't see her rhinestones. Because it like
really?
the way the lights shine on them, it just kind of looks like a blur.
or like a gray dot. Like
yeah. So I'm like, well, they were cute, but I don't want to post it. People will be like, what is that? It's actually a rhinestone.
She forgot the jewel. How crazy!
Yeah, exactly.
Are they finished or?
Okay, the second one is even the best hairstylists have off days.
Yeah, I put this in our other category, about things I wish that clients like understood, and so far, like, literally 99% of my clients are amazing, and they all understand that, and they're all super like real, and I think that's because I'm very honest with them too. But it is hard being in this industry. It's so mental, and that's something I definitely wish I knew before getting into it, how mental it was. Because you can't fill other people up whenever you're empty yourself. And so you have to take care of yourself first. But it is hard because you're constantly hearing of other people's problems or other people's family issues, relationship issues, and you're taking it all on, and then you have to go and find a way to get rid of it yourself so you can still take care of yourself at the end of the day. But
like some of their stuff is heavy. Like you have your own stuff, but then you are kind of like a therapist to them, or even just a friend, not even a therapist, but you also have to find like a happy balance between just agreeing with them and just letting them talk it out, and knowing when you can insert your opinion or your thoughts, because some of their stuff is super heavy, but if you also cross that line, then you could be like on their bad side because you're not. So sometimes it's just better to like agree, let them get it out,
talk,
just be like, you know, when they leave, like, we're praying for you, we love you.
yeah.
See you in 6 weeks.
Because there is a lot of topics that can be crossed, and it could be the world we live in now. It's way different. So you say one thing wrong, and it can blow up in your face.
Yeah.
And you're not meaning to sound rude or say something out of character, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, like I just like it's hard, and I wish sometimes clients understood that, like, especially when it comes to our work or even just your appointment. Like, a lot of my regular clients will like understand what I'm saying when I say this. Not every single appointment is the same. There are days where I don't feel good, and sometimes you're at my very end of my day, and I just had 5 other people, and my social battery is completely ran out, and I don't want to talk. Like, and it's so hard because I'll have like my regular clients come in that I love talking to, and I'm just like, I can't even get a word out because, like,
Ashlyn not wanting to talk.
I know. It's usually like the late ones. I can't. I'm like, listen, you could talk all day long, and I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit and listen to you because, like, I'm just worn out.
Yeah.
And I think it's once you develop that relationship with your clients, it's harder whenever it's a new client coming in, and like, as far as they know, like, you could be having the worst day of your life, and
you just have to.
All they know is wow, she's just like a Debbie Downer, and like she doesn't talk to anyone. It's like, no, she could have been going through something, and like you don't even know it.
Yeah.
And like with our work too, like, we're not a robot, so I could have the same client come in every 4 weeks with a 2-in root retouch, and there's gonna be one time where it's not gonna look the exact same. And your hair you could have had something in your hair that day that I didn't know about. The chemicals couldn't have reacted the right way. Like there's so many things, and like that's out of my control. And so I feel like even just like that.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
That is good.
All money isn't good money.
Oh, I listen. Okay, so I have something to say about this actually, because one thing about me, I love money. Like almost in a greedy way, but like I could potentially cross that line, but I'm not there yet. But I do love money. I mean, I'm 20 years old. I'm 22, but like I'm in my 20s. I want a lot of things in life. I have a daughter coming. Like I love money, and I love being able to take care of myself. So I take clients, like I don't care what it is, give it to me. Well, no, not blonding, but like I'll take late appointments, I'll take anything.
Afternoon, Sunday, Saturday.
Yeah, I'll be there. But I just got scammed recently, and so not all money is good money. And so let me tell y'all. So, okay, so rewind to last week. I'm in the hospital, right? I had to go to the hospital because Miss Girl was like trying to come. It was a whole issue. And so I'm in the hospital. All I'm thinking about is, oh my gosh, I have so many clients. I have like at least 50 appointments until I go on maternity leave that I can't cancel. Like, yeah, like I'm like so booked. Yeah, like I can't do it. So I'm like, girl, you gotta stay put. So anyways, she's like, okay, this is on a Wednesday. She's like, I need you to take a week off. Calm down on your schedule. Whenever you go back, start slow. I'm like, okay. As soon as I leave the hospital, a client texts me, hey, I have a
whole baseball team.
I have a baseball team of 12 boys. Can you get them in? And I'm like, yes. Let me call you back whenever I get home.
Ashton's all, I can't do that. Hold on. You sure the hell can.
And so anyways, I'm like, yeah, I could. I'll separate it into 3 days so I'm not like destroying myself, because 12 haircuts on guys like at that age, because they were like, I'm assuming they were teenagers, that's gonna take like 45 minutes and to an hour. And so I was like, okay, so I had 3 scheduled on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, because I already had this coming up week is already full. I really didn't have time to do it, but I was going to make time for it. So I had 3 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 5 on Thursday. No, 7 on Thursday. The rest of them, right? Anyways, he's like, can I send you a check? And I'm like, sure. I don't take checks. I've never took a check in my life. But once again, I can't say no. So I'm like, yeah, go ahead. It's a fake check, y'all. It's literally a fake check.
Did he email it to you?
Yes.
Ashlyn, you cannot email a check.
I didn't know that.
Poor Ashlyn.
And so, keep in mind, I don't feel good. I'm literally like in bed fighting for my life. And this guy's like, ma'am, you're doing it wrong. And I'm like, sir, like, no, I'm not. I'm literally sending him screenshots and videos, and he's like, I don't know what else to tell you. You're doing it wrong. Like, you just need to calm down. I said, you need to calm down. I am so calm right now. You haven't even seen calm.
She's like, respectfully, I am calm. And
I was so mad. I was like, there's no way. I'm literally fighting for my life right now, and I'm getting scammed. Like, you've got to be kidding me.
She sends it to us, and she's like, guys, look at this guy. He literally told me to calm down. I'm like foiling a client, and I'm like, he emailed the check, Ashlyn.
Ashlyn,
I
that's
said,
a scam.
I think it's a scam, girl.
Yeah,
just go ahead and delete all those appointments.
So I texted him, I said, sir, I'm not moving forward. So he said, so are we locked in or no? I said, no.
Oh, but then he said, can you give $100 to the driver?
I can't pay this bus driver. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying no bus driver. Why am I going to pay a bus driver? I'm not going nowhere. Like, what? Like,
He said, here's a $1,200 check. Once you get it cash, can you take $100?
That's a scam right there.
and I don't see any red flags.
And Ashlyn's like, sorry, just can't get your check to come through on my email.
He's like, I'm gonna send you this. It was $1,300. I'm gonna send you this $1,300 check. Can you send the leftover amount from like the haircuts and the tip and stuff? Can you send the leftover amount to the bus driver? I'm like, I don't care. It's not my money. Like, as long as you're giving me the extra money. I don't see any red flags. No red flags at all.
Ashlyn.
And now you know.
I would still take a baseball team, though, if y'all...
No.
She is pregnant. No.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Can you wait till the summer?
Yeah. I don't have time, actually.
Also, can you pay with card? Or just pay the
Yeah, I'm not paying no more checks.
Why don't you just invoice them?
I don't know what an invoice is.
You can do it in Vagaro.
I don't know what that is.
We're done for.
You're done. Card payments only.
So yeah, not all money is good money.
I didn't even think about that when I said
Honestly, yeah, me either. I forgot you got scammed.
That one's rough. Lessons learned.
Yeah, lessons learned.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you mean by that? Not all money's good money. Because you meant something else by it, like...
Yeah, I don't think you've been scammed.
I just meant that...
Like, even taking a service that you don't want, like for me, blonding, I don't care how much money I can make at a blonding service, I'm not doing it because I'm going to end up crying.
It's not worth your energy or your time because you do not enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So, that also means if you have a client who constantly drains your energy, they're too much, they're never happy, just because they're going to tip you very well or they choose you to spend your money does not mean you have to accept it.
Yeah.
That is how I see it. Because the next one that I was going to say is learn to say no. Right? Because we don't do that. Coming out of school, you think you have to do every single thing. You do the prints, you do the highlights, you do the colors, you do the men's cuts, waxing, facials, whatever. But you find what you're good at and what you love. Like Ashlyn loves men's cut, you love nails, right? But just because somebody's like, I'll pay you $40 extra to come in or stay late, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have kids, you have something to do, it's not worth it.
I'm
The
sorry,
amount
my
of-
kids come first before my job, so...
Yeah.
I don't care if you're gonna give me $100 for a Sunday. Sunday's family day.
Yeah.
It will not work.
Like the amount of times I've had clients be like, I'll pay you $100 extra, $150 extra to do my blonde, and I still will not do. I'm like, you could pay me $1 million. Not doing it. I'm sorry, but I have spent, like, now being in this industry like a little bit longer, because I used to do blonding, and it wasn't until last year in January-ish that I said I was going to stop, and I've like fully stopped now, because it was hard to actually stay consistent with saying no, because yeah, the first one that has black box dye in it is going to be impossible to lift. It's easy to say no, but in situations where it's a little bit more realistic, it's a little bit harder to say no. But it's just being stern with yourself that makes a difference.
It's also because just because you're a hairstylist doesn't mean you can do it all.
Yeah.
Because just because they watched a TikTok and somebody went from black box dye to a level 8 or 9 blonde, they probably have 6 people helping them and they were also there for 12 hours or 2 sessions. We're one person.
Yeah.
And we all run a tight schedule. Most people do. If you have the freedom, love that for you, right? But just because you can do hair doesn't mean you have to do it.
Yeah.
Because like that would be almost like a color correction, and color corrections eat up my energy. Like my brain does not function. I'm like, you have some highlights? Heck yeah. You got black box dye? You're probably about to be a level 5.
Yeah.
If you're
Orange.
lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. And it definitely is hard too, because like I'll get moods, like obviously working right next to Brenna, and she does highlights. She's pulling her foils perfect, and I'm like, oh. And she finishes a whole foil in like 20 minutes, and I'm like, I'm literally sitting there and I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that so bad because it's so satisfying. I do one foil and I'm like, absolutely not. Pull it, I see lines, I'm like, this is exactly why I don't. This is why I don't do it, because...
But see, when I first started doing hair, I didn't like highlights. I had bleed marks, I had foil lines, and I never left it on long enough.
Okay, the stigma in the beauty industry. This is definitely one thing I wish I knew before getting into this industry is... Like, whenever you get into the beauty industry, like, all my teachers would tell me, especially going to Aveda, you have to, like, they were super strict in my school. You had to look nice every single day. Even if we went out in public, like, we had to look nice because we were representing Aveda. And, like, I'm literally wearing my pajamas and I've worn them to every single one of my doctor's appointments today. I don't look good all the time. And I don't look good at work all the time either. But I feel like that shouldn't have to represent how I do hair, because I don't look good so I can make y'all look good. Yeah. If I had to make myself look good every day, I wouldn't be able to make y'all look good. Like, that's already a lot of work. Like,
but also with as much color and bleach and stuff that we use and like the harsh chemicals, like our clothes never stay. Our clothes never.
Shoes, you drop color on your shoes.
Yes, indeed you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard. And I give props to the girls that get ready every single day and they look good in the industry. I wish that could be me. It will never
it's
be
hard.
me.
I like it when I do get ready because I feel
you do feel better.
But also, I have 4 kids. There's no way I'm going to be cute every single day. So
yeah.
I'm 30 minutes to work early all the time. Sometimes an hour because that's just me. But I like to be prepared. But as long as I look halfway decent and I'm there and your toes are going to look good when you leave.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. Your toes and your nails. And of course for the girls it's the hair. I agree with Ashley. I don't think you have to be all black, hair pinned up, makeup on point all the time.
No, especially because we're like you said, like we're doing our best to just be there some days or most days, and so I feel like because you can be in your pajamas, have your hair up, and still be able to communicate and like have a good time with your client without being.
And it makes our clients feel good too.
Yeah, you don't want to be like in something super tight and uncomfortable all day when you literally have to move around
and be worrying about what you look like.
Yeah.
Rather than just being comfortable.
And it sets the mood in the salon already. If we are just casually, and then our clients don't feel like they have to
like play the part as well.
Like they can come as they are if they want to come in pajamas. Some of my clients literally come from work and they change in our bathroom.
Yeah.
Because they're like this is the last thing of my day. Right. I'm wearing shorts and I'm gonna bring my slippers and I'm leaving in my slippers and I'm all for it.
Okay, yeah.
Comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another big thing, I feel like it's more like the back end side of stuff is pricing. And it's a very hard thing to talk about. And it's very hard to talk about too, like with other stylists, because sometimes you're never going to feel like you're charging enough. I know me and Brenna for sure, and even you, like none of us feel like we charge enough compared to some other like salons in town. We barely, I worked there for 2.5 years, and I raised my prices one time, and I'm barely sticking to it, and it was by $5, and I feel horrible about it, but it's like, you do have to charge what you're worth. However, there is stuff in this industry that people are paid way too much money for. If you have the money for it and you want to spend it, go ahead. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. If you want to spend that much money on hair extensions, go right ahead. Me, you won't catch me doing it. And you will not catch me charging it either. If I had to go up and okay, your total for the day is going to be $3,000, I can't do it. Just walk out.
Absolutely
I would just
not.
be like, just rob me at this point, because I'm not charging you. I can't do it.
It is hard.
It really is.
And sometimes there's no way to justify that price. Like, at the end of the day, you have to realize how much money you're putting into product, how much money of it is your time, what you're worth. What is that other money? I just need to know, because I can't get behind it. I will never be able to get behind it.
Me and Brenna had a client the other day that we share, and she knows who she is whenever I say this. She made a very good point. She said that she comes to us because of the vibe we put off, okay? She said, if you have to raise your prices, raise your prices. I will always come to you no matter what, because it's who we are as a person and the job we do. So, I'm going to say this, sometimes I do miss an ingrown here or there, or the polish made chip. I will always fix it for free.
Yeah.
And she always comes back no matter what, even if I do, and she calls me, hey, the ingrown's still there, can I get back in? She'll always come back to me because of who I am as a person. And even though she did agree my prices are a little cheap. And I need to
and whenever you take care of your clients will take care of you.
Absolutely.
Like,
1000%.
even if you aren't charging your worth, your clients are going to tip you what they think you're worth. And even fixing stuff for free. I've had mistakes and I have to fix them, and I 100% will always fix it for free, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure you're happy.
And you'll come back.
Yeah, I would rather you come back and tell me, like, hey, I don't really like the way this looks, or like this piece isn't laying right, can we just trim it, like anything like that. I'd rather you tell me, and I'd rather fix it, and so that way we know in the future what to do than just like kind of tiptoeing around it.
I will never be upset if they call me out and say, hey, that color was ugly. I've had a few clients that I was like, are you sure you want this color on your toes? And they're like, yeah, it's cute. And then they call me the next day, like, okay, I'm really not vibing with it. I was like, girl, I wasn't either. But come in, I will fix it for you.
Yeah.
I will never be like, you got the color, that's you. Or, hey, it's $10. No. I want you to come back to me all the time, you know?
And I feel like being a stylist too, they always think that it's a cop out when I'm like, hey, wash your hair twice after a toner. That's when the true color will show. Let me know if you like it. And then I always ask them, like, how often do you wash their hair? So I already know, like, the timeline. If I never hear from them, we're good. But I tell them, if you don't like it, or if you don't love it, but you like it, I can always fix it the next time. There's always room for adjustment.
Yeah.
Whether it's darker, redder, tones are different, whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely feel like that is a big one. And then another thing I wish I knew going into it, and I just recently have gotten good at this within like the past month, and it's scheduling. I never understood, whenever you get out of, like, fresh out of school, you're like, okay, I want to take every single client I can. I'm going to be open every single day of the week from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Anybody that wants to come in. And that's how I was. I was at the salon. It didn't matter what day of the week it was. I was going to be there if someone asked me to be there. And I was going to take any appointment that came through. But now I'm a lot more pickier on my appointments, like we talked about. But scheduling days off has been so... And, like, actually having a set schedule has actually helped me be busier and have a better set ahead schedule and easier to pre-book clients, because I already know I don't work Tuesdays sometimes. I don't work Tuesdays, and Thursdays are all my social media days, so I know not to book clients that day. And it's a lot easier to plan ahead, even for stuff like whenever my daughter gets here, it's going to be easier to plan ahead for doctor's appointments or for vacations. And it has made me a lot busier, because if you don't tell a client, hey, I don't have an appointment, I always thought it was going to be bad whenever I told a client, like, I don't have an appointment for 3 weeks, because it's hard to get in, and I understand that. But you realize, dang, she's booked and she's busy and everyone wants her, so now I want to get in with her more, rather than
So I'm going to stay.
me literally breaking myself trying to fit a schedule and be like, so I can get them in tomorrow. It ends up working out better.
And I feel like you learn that as a, like, coming out, being in the industry, is you're like, okay, I'm gonna work weekends, I'm gonna work till 10 p.m., I'm gonna get up and work at 7 a.m., yada yada. After so many years in the industry, you're like, I don't want to do this forever.
Yeah.
So you cut back on weekends, have to tell your clients, like, I'm so sorry, but you have to take off. Are you gonna lose a few? Maybe. But guess what? You have a life and a job too. Then you start telling them, I don't take clients after 5. Well, what the heck? I get off at 4:15. Well, guess what, Sally? Take your lunch at 3:15. Because they would make it work if they wanted to go get their lips done. If they wanted to go to the doctor. Doctors don't work after 6.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
And that goes back to us saying no. And I can, speaking from experience recently, being out for maternity leave and bed rest, I was terrified I was going to lose a lot of people, because having twins, my schedule went from being available all the time to being cut short because of my mom. My mom babysits for me, and that's a lot for 2 babies. So I probably maybe lost 2 people out of
And a lot of people waited for you to come back.
So many people. You would not catch me going to those Chinese people. I love y'all, but
I went.
you were braver
Like,
than me.
not even nothing against you. You know I needed my freaking dogs done.
My mom was making fun of me.
A lot of my
was like-
clients went to other, like, the little Chinese places. They went to a few places in Artesia, and they were like, never again. I literally have to do this until I die, because my clients were like, you cannot leave. I'm the only one in this town that does it, that gets the ingrowns out. I think there's a few other ones, but they keep their certain clients, and I'm like, please just tell me. I need to take some time off. Please take my clients for a little bit, and they don't want to, but it's okay. I love my job. But I have to learn how to say no to working the schedule that I have. After 5 is hard, you know, especially because you have kids, you have a husband, you want to go home. I have a wife.
I also
wanna
live
go home.
ways out of town. So
Yes.
I also have a
You
drive.
live in
So
Texas.
technically,
She was like 40 minutes.
yeah.
40 minutes, yeah. So you have to, that's morning to come into town. Every single day, that's twice out of like,
I have like a 45-minute drive every.
But I feel like
twice a day.
most of my clients totally understand, especially with me having twins. They're like, move me.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
tired, please move me. Do not come into work. Or they're, I don't know, I just feel like,
And I feel like that goes back to if you take care of your clients, they will take
Oh,
care of you.
1,000%.
Yeah.
It's a good
Full
little
circle.
circle. If you get,
see?
if you can start a good cycle with everybody, I feel like the cycle like gives back to you because.
And this isn't us complaining about the job. We love
Listen,
our
y'all want me to complain? First off, don't show up 45 minutes early. Ashley's clients. And 2, don't be 15 minutes late.
Yes, 'cause that
I would rather y'all be 15 minutes late. I don't show up early for work ever. I actually, this last like 2 weeks I have been because I can't sleep.
I've been so proud of you.
But
Very proud of you.
that's probably gonna go away soon. This is just nesting supposedly. So don't get used to it. But I show up right on time or 3 minutes late. It never fails. And so my clients, it never fails. It's always my clients. They show up 30 minutes to an hour early. And I'm like, why? Why would you show up that early? Because I'm not there. So they're just sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh. It never fails. But
And let me take back. Let me publicly apologize to Ashley. Because a year ago,
Bernadette used to hound me.
I literally told Ashley, like, you have to go somewhere else because I can't with you. You're late. You're not showing up. Like, I am going to lose my mind with you. Get it together. And now she's
our
not allowed to
baby.
leave.
Yeah,
But
she's our baby.
hindsight 2020, I don't know. if it
Majority of
was
the
all
time,
Ashley.
it was my clients. It wasn't even me.
But look,
They would show up so early.
Listen, I'm gonna take 50% of that credit because I was super hard on you. And I was like, absolutely not.
but I
but
needed
now-
it at that time in my life.
Right. But I mean, it also wasn't always you. But your clients always show up so freaking early, and
They
I'm like,
do.
show me right here, and then it's like 20 minutes, and I'm like, what time was your appointment?
They're like, actually, it's not till tomorrow. And I'm like, Mario, here.
They're like, oh, it's not till 4, but I'm here at 2:30. I just had some time to burn, and I'm like,
You're gonna sit there.
so you're gonna stress me out, and I'm on texting Ashley like, what's
Where
your
are you
ATA?
at?
Send me your location right now.
I have Ashley's location, so whenever somebody pulls in the salon, I'm like, they're not mine. They're not Brenna's. They're Ashley's. I'm looking. I'm like, she's right there.
Well, and then me and
She's
Ashley
right
share
there.
a schedule, so I'm like, okay,
Yep.
I don't know what you're scheduled for today.
Yeah, or they'll just come and they won't be scheduled. And I'm like, y'all are a reason I'm going to have gray hair by the time I'm 30.
I'll take care of this. Don't worry.
Yeah. But yeah, like Sam said, to wrap this up, we're not complaining. I know for a fact I love my job. They love their job. I would never, and I could not imagine ever doing anything else besides what I do. I genuinely am so thankful for the life I get to live and all my clients. Like, if I could give y'all each a little kiss on your forehead, I would, because I love y'all so much. Like, y'all have taken care of me so well, and I love being able to make my own schedule. And it really is such a fun industry to be in once you learn everything and have the hard days, because you have to have the hard days, but it comes with a lot of good days.
It does, and it's fun. It's
It
fun
is.
to like chat all day and laugh,
Yeah.
meet new people.
It is really
like-
rewarding.
I feel like all my clients now are like my friends.
Yeah.
Like, I was making my wedding list, and I was like, I gotta invite all my clients.
No,
Now
literally,
I
that's
need
how it was with my baby shower.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. But I can say I've met a lot of amazing people that in this industry I was super nervous for, because you do have to be one-on-one with people, and I'm in their toes. Like, you know how hard it is to
Literally.
start a conversation while I'm touching your toes?
You're like, so how's the wedding planning? Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard. But I do want to show y'all something. This was Ashlyn's car this morning. can see it.
That was our coffee.
Yeah.
We don't know whose it was.
We still don't know if she cleaned it out yet. Did you clean it out?
I did. Well, no. I just moved everything out of my floorboard. It smells like coffee in there so bad, and my floorboard's soaked, and I'm just gonna let it soak through. I don't know what to do with
Shout
it.
out to Duncan.
So
Yeah.
and your stupid freaking cardboard holders that don't hold nothing. Shout out to y'all.
Ashland's meal.
Yeah. Not shitty.
But you got the donuts, so don't sweat it.
It's fine. I went hungry, so you're just starving a pregnant woman. That should be a crime, but it's fine.
Y'all should drop some.
Oh wait, are we gonna do a Q&A?
Yeah. Either about our jobs, like since we all do kind of different.
And we're on YouTube and on Spotify.
Yes. And so you can either leave your comments. I don't know if you can leave comments on Spotify.
If not, you can go to our Facebook page though.
Yeah, you can either leave
DM
comments
us.
on Facebook, YouTube, DM us. We have an email. It's slightlyfilteredpodcast@gmail.com. Literally so simple.
Maybe we can do
Or
a
if you
live
have
one.
a cool story to write in as like a hairdresser or as like a nail tech or somebody in the industry, write us.
Yeah.
Let us tell your story.
Yes.
Yes, anonymous.
And as soon as we get our first one, we'll share ours. How about
I have had a few of my people message me and say y'all have to do a live one. They want to be involved. They want to like ask questions while we're talking, and I'm like, oh,
that would be
maybe,
so fun.
maybe we should do something like that.
We should do it at night. Like later in the day.
You know what I was actually thinking?
yeah.
Because all my stuff from my house is in my truck right now. I have, it just reminded me when we said at night. I have a game and it's like, get deep, let's get deep or something like that.
Oh, okay.
A Friends edition. Once I'm not pregnant, let me make that clear. Once I'm not pregnant, it would be very fun to do like a sip and spill episode
That would be fun.
with Let's Get Deep. I think that would be very fun
would
to
be
get
fun.
us to get to know us.
Leave us
Obviously,
comments.
I will not be pregnant. We need to make that
Yes.
very clear.
Give her 3 months.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's fixing pop.
In 5 weeks. We got 5 more weeks, and then y'all get the birth story from
Yeah.
all of
That's
us.
definitely.
That's gonna be a whole podcast of
We
all
haven't
of our
shared ours,
births.
huh? Oh, okay.
It'll be fun.
Yay.
But I think that's it.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.